Hey guys, Lu Fortun. Just wanted to share my story of how I came to find the Texit project and become a miner and the impact it's had on my family and our future. So a little context. I have been in the technology space for about 30 years now, have sold and done business development for a number of technology companies, mostly software, and heard about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency back in the mid 2000s, 2010, 2011. Was intrigued, thought this is kind of cool, but was unsure. Didn't know if this was a thing. It sounded like theoretically this was something to look into. And so I built computers in the past, and I thought, well, I can build a couple of these mining rigs and stick them in my garage and just see what happens. Well, 2 young kids, a full-time job, and just a lot of other life, and I just forgot about it. Until the day you wake up and you hear that Bitcoin is selling for $5,000 a coin, and then $100,000 a coin, and realizing, I missed the wave, and the regret and the gut punch of not doing something earlier. And I kind of resolved at that point that I was going to get into crypto somehow. So did some research, talked to some friends, and after doing the research, really understood that it was pretty complicated. All the exchanges and the wallets and a billion coins on crypto.com and Kraken. So what do you buy and how do you sell it and do I time it so I can maximize the profit and now am I doing day trading? And that just sounds so overwhelming that I just set it aside again. So we thankfully had some money from when we sold our home to move to California last year. Put some of that money into some other investments like real estate and other wealth producing assets. And crypto was just kind of in the back of my brain, kept percolating back there. And in May, a buddy of mine came to me and said, hey, I've got involved in this project called Texit. It's really been a huge blessing to my family. You should take a look. So he sent me some information. I looked at it for about 3 seconds and thought, I've never heard of this. I'm not interested. So I just kind of set it aside and forgot about it. Fast forward 2 months, he comes back in July and says, hey man, Texit is really starting to take off. You should take a look again. So I relented and said, okay, fine. Send me some information. I'll take a look again. So in July, I started to do my research and I started to look into the project. Attended a couple of the calls that Bobby hosts on Thursday nights. And really it was Bobby's transparency, his conviction, his heart to really help people like me and many others set themselves up for the future with a wealth producing assets through mining seats on the Texit Coin blockchain. And that really was what convinced me. So we prayed about it and said, okay, we're going to buy 1 seat and let's just see what happens. Let's risk it. Let's risk our $9.95 and see what happens with this Texit Coin project. Well, over the next 2 to 4 weeks, I had attended lots of calls. I was watching hours and hours of video, looking at the help desk, learning as much as I could about crypto in general, but Texit Coin specifically, and how it was different, why it was different, and how it was accessible for the masses. And at that point, I knew that I wanted more seats. So I bought more seats for my kids, for my wife. I ended up buying more seats for myself to the maximum of 9 and planned to just sit there and collect the coin. I was going to be very happy just to have a wealth producing asset that went for the next 100 plus years, and that was good enough. But as I thought about it and realized I knew so many people who were hurting, I knew so many people who were like me, looking for other ways to bring income to their home, whether it was just to cover an electricity bill or whether it was to prepare and to have a legacy for their kids and their grandkids. That's when I realized it would be selfish for me not to at least try to share it. And kind of like when I bought my first seat, let's see what happens. I didn't know how people would react. I didn't know if people would slam the door or throw their phone at me or remove me from their friend list. But I started to share it. And slowly over time, as I learned more and I taught people and explained to them why TEXITcoin was different, they started to understand the vision. And they started to get that spark of hope in their eyes. They began to realize that freedom was possible, but it would take a step of faith. And I think when we share our story with them and how it's changed our lives, it's given me a purpose and a mission. It's not just about earnings and the coin that I get. It is about helping other people also become free. Because if we can't help other people up to the next level to better their lives, then why are we really here? It's not just for selfish reasons. It's really about how can we help our fellow brother and sister to really improve their lives. And so for us, it's been meaningful, not just financially. It's been meaningful because of purpose. It's been meaningful because of the mission that we're on. And most importantly, it's been meaningful to see the reaction on people's faces when they start to see, by becoming a part of the Texit Coin project, how it can help them, how it gives them that daily wealth-producing asset. And as they get excited, they're starting to share it too. And they're starting to see their friends and their family benefit as well. So the impact has been enormous for us as a family. But more importantly, it's been enormous for my community, for the people that I hold near and dear to my heart, people who trust me. And because I trust what we're doing at Texit Coin, have really put a lot of faith in what we're doing here as a team and the mission that we're on. So I am super, super thankful for taking a chance. I'm very thankful for the leadership that we have, for the honesty, for the transparency that we get to see each and every week. And I'm very, very thankful that friends of mine who took a leap of faith by hearing our story have now joined the mine and are now seeing their lives change as well. So I can't say enough good things about this. Has it had problems? Have there been issues that come up? Of course, but they don't hide them. They share them with us as the community so that we're fully aware of what's happening and that we can understand where the project is going. And that's been a big, big deal also, is their willingness to include us in their plans, in the strategies, in the future phases and what this project could become over time. And for that, our lives are forever changed. Now I get to spend my days talking to people, educating them on crypto, but more importantly, educating them on Texit Coin and helping them find their own path to freedom, and then helping them help others find their path to freedom as well. So thanks, Bobby Gray. Thanks the entire Texit Coin team for all the support you've given us. I'm honored to be one of the newer Rangers on the team, and I hope that I can add my conviction, my faith, and my belief to this project and really see it grow. Great, thanks.